Trying to explain Dandadan to somebody without context can be a very dangerous game. I mean, where would you even start? Would you begin by talking about the chronically gooned out aliens? What about the detrimentally horny yokai or evil spirits? How about this? I'll try my best. Dandadan is what happens when you pair Ken Okarun Takakura, a boy who believes in aliens and not something ridiculous like ghosts, and Momo Ayase, a girl who believes in ghosts and not something fucking stupid like aliens. I'm only scratching the surface if you think about it, trust me. Yet somehow just underneath that surface lies a tenderness and a sweetness that appeals to the best parts of its viewers, reminiscent of what can be found in Demon Slayer, where almost any demon they defeat has a heartfelt backstory and isn't just relegated to some monster of the week. Take Turbo Granny for example, the first yokai they encounter, and as her name indicates, she's fast as all hell, like fast as fuck. When we first meet her, she serves as the ominous gatekeeper to the Shono City Tunnel, and the spirit that curses Okarun since he was so bold as to step into her territory, and on a dare no less. Had him running for his life in that tunnel for no goddamn reason, because as we quickly find out,
there's no way out of this one. You're done.
By the time the final battle came along, we soon discovered the reason she stays under that bridge, terrorizing the people of Japan. Upon her defeat, we learned that Turbo Granny often appeared in places where young women met awful fates, to say the least, and had reluctantly become evil spirits as a result, where she would console them after death. While that doesn't mean yokai can harm indiscriminately, damn, it's not hard to sympathize with that. As horrible as that was, it only serves as the introduction to a story even more heartbreaking. So let's talk about it. You already know the drill by now. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it and help me push this video out to more people, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and anything else I come up with in the future. With that being said, you've been warned, there's spoilers ahead. So, up until this point, our team has been forced to contend with a group of space aliens hell-bent on harvesting the reproductive organs of women from other species due to their race all being male, a sumo wrestling alien that can only be taken down using sumo rules such as having its hand touch the ground, and a yokai determined to steal your balls on behalf of the countless abused women, and dust you in the process too. You're probably thinking to yourself that this couldn't get any crazier, and I'll tell you right now, you're dead wrong. That's just the first few episodes. But today I just want to focus on one thing, and that's episode 7, To a Kinder World, the saddest episode in the entire first season of Dandadan. Unfortunately, while gaining her super speed and a brand new form, being cursed by Turbo Granny meant that she also took ownership of his precious family jewels, and she was determined not to let him know where it was out of spite. In the frantic search for those jewels, one of them managed to find its way into the hands of Ira Shiratori, the alleged prettiest girl in school who tried to clown my boy Okarun, only to be put in her place by an agitated Momo who had all the time in the world that day. She even put out a smear campaign on Momo, getting everybody in the school to call her a slut and drag her name through the mud, which Okarun was not too happy with. He was not finna let this lame ass nigga throw dirt on his first bad bitch name. Changed the whole fit just to ore farm on this fucking loser while he defended his woman's honor. Armed with the family jewels allowing her to see yokai that she swears was a sign from God, Ira vows to uphold her self-imposed destiny of saving the world from evil demons like Momo. I mean, it makes sense since she's so pretty, right? Unfortunately, being able to see spirits just means that they can see you too. And once Acrobatic Silky, a yokai who's been on a mission to get her hands on Ira for years, finally gets her chance, she quickly pounces. With Silky desperate for Ira to call her mom for some strange fucking reason, more on that later, and Okarun and Momo determined to get those jewels back, the two sides clash. Angered by their resistance, Silky swallows Okarun, then Ira, and eventually Momo, after choking her ass half to death. Too bad she swallowed Ira's lighter, and best believe Momo was gonna do something about it. With the smug look of a sealed Turbo Granny antagonizing her, Silky bursts into flames, suffering from the lapse of swallowing her own combustible hair, causing her to spit up all the kids and sending her into a frenzy. Forced to deal with the frantic Silky and carrying around an incapacitated Ira, Okarun now has to manage his way around a warehouse not suited for him to zip all over the place, all while avoiding her dangerous hair on a sole mission to take him out. And unfortunately, after failing the quick time event, she succeeds, but not without consequence. All that flailing her hair around contributed to her downfall, and after being held back by stretching out just way too far, Momo capitalizes, restraining her some more and allowing Okarun to land one final blow, a devastating headbutt to her goddamn chest, sending her flying straight into the fucking wall. With Silky defeated and Ira basically dead as all hell, Momo and Okarun desperately try to resuscitate her, but it's no use, she's just too far gone. That's until Acrobatic Silky drags herself back to Ira off the strength of her delusion alone. or so we thought. Seeing the one thing she holds dear on her deathbed like that, she begs and pleads with the crew, requesting to save Aira using what's left of her aura, with the help of Momo's psychic powers, much like a jumper cable, which she reluctantly agrees to. Upon making the connection, we get a glimpse into the life Silky lived before becoming the yokai she is today. It's implied that she was a sex worker and an incredibly talented dancer, doing everything she could to provide for her daughter, the most precious thing in the world to her and her sole reason for existence. Day in and day out, she grinded and worked, doing everything she could to make her daughter the happiest girl in the world. That is, until some goons forced their way into her home, violently abusing her to collect some form of debt and stealing her daughter away, leaving her there to bleed out and die, stripping her of the only thing she ever cared about. And as she roamed the streets of Japan as a ghost, desperately in search of her reason for existence, a young Aira grabs her tattered clothes, thinking it was her mother who recently passed, only to be pulled away by her father, who shares with her that her mother is gone far away and won't be coming back. As Aira waves goodbye, twisted by death, heartbreak, and rage, Silky vows to protect Aira by any means necessary. Now left to fall apart piece by piece after giving up the last remnants of her aura for Aira's sake, she's left with the fate of disappearing into the void of nothingness, the only thing left for a yokai carrying so much deep regret. And as she reflects upon all the things she wishes she could have done differently, in tears, Aira embraces what's left of Silky, reminding her of what the love of her child feels like in her final moments, allowing her to finally rest in peace. With that being said, I hope this video got your attention and opened your eyes to what you're missing out on by not getting into Dandadan now. I've only discussed episode 7 and everything leading up to it, and there's so much more left to discover. There's a love story just below the surface that's both heartwarming and goofy as shit too. When this story decides to break your heart, it doesn't miss. Acrobatic Silky went from being this creepy, relentless yokai to one of the most tragic characters we've seen so far, and the way her story ends still sits heavy even after the lighthearted credits roll. That's the magic of this anime, and this is just the first season. So give it a try, and don't say I didn't warn you, because when Dandadan gets its hands on you, you might just never want it to let go.